evening and welcome to Up South, the news show that gets you all the top news stories of the day from South India. With me, T.S. Sudhir. Later in the show, we'll be cutting across to Chennai to get an idea about how Tamil Nadu is reacting to this latest bout of policing by political parties. Also, horrific pictures coming from Osmania Hospital in Hyderabad, which is the city's largest and the oldest government hospital, where dogs and patients almost compete for space. In fact, we'll be opening the phone lines for you to call in with your comments and views. First, it was Perumal Murugan, the author said, who has died. And then it was Puliyar Murugesan. And now it is a Tamil TV news channel that has come under attack. It is in the line of fire by BJP and other right-wing groups in Tamil Nadu who are objecting to a program it had planned to telecast on International Women's Day, that is March 8th, Sunday, which said that women who are married but not living with their spouses, should they really have the right to still continue to wear their tali or Mangal Sutra, which is a symbol of matrimony. The channel, after the protest, did not air the show, but the criticism against it has been scathing. In fact, no senior representative of the channel agreed to speak to Headlines today on camera. But this is what senior BJP leader, National Secretary of the party, H. Raja, has to say.
In that promo, a lady was telling this thali is like the dog's chain. Who are you? If nobody has compelled you, then how can you use such bad words? So, to say the least, it was outrageous, unjustified. And so, I say, there are matters to be discussed. I would like to ask that particular TV channel, have you got the backbone, guts to debate polygamy? Because all these people are aware that when Maniratnam has produced the film Mumbai, bombs were hurled at his house. Muslims did not tolerate him. So simply because these people fear Islamic fundamentalists, they want to abuse the Hindu society because Hindu society is peace-loving.
Right. Joining me now from Chennai is H. Raja of the BJP, whose views we just heard on Up South. Also with me, Aparna SP, an entrepreneur from Hyderabad. With me also is senior journalist R. Mani and my colleague Shisha Reddy joining me from Chennai. Mr. Raja, we just heard your objections to this show that was going to be telecast by this Tamil TV news channel. But my point is that this is not something that you need to do. If there is something obscene or something anti-national, that is for the state and the police to take action. What role do you have as the National Secretary of the BJP or your party's representative to take objection?
No, it is not the job of BJP. The discussion was clearly aimed at inflicting injury on the Hindu sentiment deliberately, because that particular TV channel is crowded by atheist and the communist minded people who are deliberately taking up subjects which are not at all necessary for the society. Today, what are the problems of women? There are problems of working women, the atrocities against women. So all these things, let them have discussion over such things. Then why should they have this subject as a discussion? Because it is not at all a contentious issue. Has anyone cite an incident where the Hindu religious people given diktat that you should have this or not? So it is not at all a contentious issue even.
Right, Mr. Raja, the editorial content is something which has to be decided by the editors at that particular news channel. But I would want to ask you, is this your personal view or is it also the BJP's view?
No, it is the Hindus' opinion. And definitely the BJP shares the sentiments of the Hindus, because the attempt by that particular TV channel was not based on any social issue. It was to malign the Hindu religion, to talk ill of Hindu religion. So, definitely we share the sentiments of the Hindus in this regard.
Right. Aparna, you divide your time between Chennai and Hyderabad. You heard what Mr. Raja has to say. Do you think the BJP and other right-wing parties are justified in raising their objection against what the channel planned to depict?
I definitely do think that BJP is justified in objecting to something like this, because it holds the matrimony or the tali. All of this holds a huge significance, especially in Tamil Nadu. People are very sentimental about it. So whether to wear it or not wear it is something of a very private matter within each household. And more often than not, it's really blasphemous for a woman not to be a married woman not to be wearing a tali. So to even discuss whether to wear it or not wear it is not something I think it should be, discussed or even aired on national television.
Right. Let's get a media person's point of view on this because it always obviously involves the media as well. Mr. Mani, from the media's point of view, how does this work? You do a program and the views do not match with the views of that of a political party or any other fringe group, and they take to the streets to protest against something like this, and you are forced to drop the show.
I think it's a painful decision. If somebody forces me to drop a program after laborious efforts, it will be a painful thing for any media person. You see, in this particular case, if anybody feels that their feelings were offended or if their sentiments are wounded, they have every right to make their protest. I repeat, see, in this case, if the particular opposition groups felt that their sentiments were offended, they can very well make a peaceful protest outside the office by getting prior police permission, or they can go to the court by initiating legal actions. But no one has the right to take law into their hands and try to enter the particular television channel office and force them to drop the program. But however, the decision to drop this debate was, I think, it's very disappointing one.
Right, Shisha, the protest by different groups seems to have had its effect. The channel is not talking. They decided not to air the program. They obviously do not want to take this kind of an organized protest against their channel.
Well, exactly, Sudhir, because now that, remember last time also when Tandi TV was under attack because they had aired interview with Rajapakse, even the Vaiko had protested outside, and even that time, the channel did keep silent, and even this time when you talk about this particular channel, all the other vernacular channels in the regional media, kept quiet, as in only the national media had played it up, and then and now we keep talking about freedom of expression, freedom of speech, but, on the ground level, it's so different, and, if I can bring in a guest with me, Padmaja, what do you think about the whole thing? Do you think the BJP stand is justified? They have been talking about they should not air something, actually hurts the sentiments of people. Do you think it is so?
So, see, this talking about if a woman, whatever the Mangalsutra word, it's been individual. Not that they should wear it, because we don't have men wearing all these type of things which they get married or they're getting married or they got married. So only women has all these things. So I don't think so. It should talk about as a public, as individual. It is individual decision whether they want to wear it. They can wear it. And nowadays, a lot of young women and all know they got a lot of things differently. So I don't think that we should talk as a debate on this and have a lot of problems in the public.
So she has a different opinion, though, she says that it's a private affair. These kind of sentiments have been coming up, because mixed emotions from people. If you talk about something like it has been a sentiment of not only Hindus but also Tamils as well. So this is what it's been reflected, Sudhir.
Right. Mr. Raja, we just heard the resident of Tamil Nadu speak about that. Have you spoken to the women of Tamil Nadu? Because you seem to be speaking on behalf of the women of Tamil Nadu as well. Do you think you know what they are thinking?
See, every Hindu woman, they wear this, consider this holy. Every morning they put it in their eyes, and it is a revered one. Then what is the need for discussing with women? It is already there. I want to ask one thing. If at all women are not treated with respect in one thing, that is, a man can marry 4 wives, is definitely anti-woman. It's like treating women as slaves. and let the TV channel remove that problem of women by demanding a common civil code in the country. I welcome that.
Okay, Aparna, you're also a creative person. Do you think you want to live with this kind of a policing in Tamil Nadu?
No, I am for total freedom of speech, Sudhir. We don't need moral policing at all, in fact. But at the same time, we live in a society, so we have to take into consideration people's sentiments. That is definitely very, very, very essential, especially in a place like Tamil Nadu, where I feel we are holding on to the old old systems, and I won't call it values, but the old way of living very, very seriously. Hurting the sentiments kind of really ruptures at a very, very basic level. We can't be doing that. All the same, there can't be moral policing. They can't be telling us what to do and what not to do. I think that's pretty much what I want to say.
Right, but Mr. Raja, while Aparna's point is well taken, who gives you the right to actually clamp down on freedom of expression of a media or of any individual? Who gives you that right?
See, liberty, what is liberty? Once liberty ends where others' nose begins. So, liberty or freedom of expression is not absolute. You cannot vitiate the peaceful atmosphere in the society, create tension in the society, and create law and order problem in the society. This particular program was aimed at vitiating peaceful atmosphere in Tamil Nadu, create tension and create law and order situation. So they have no business talking this matter.
Right. Last word to you, Mr. Mani. Do you think this is the dangerous territory that Tamil Nadu is getting into? And by the way, the state really hasn't really spoken its mind on this. So in a sense, it is seen as tacitly encouraging them.
Absolutely, absolutely. You see, in this case, the police were mute spectators when the hooligans tried to attack the television channel office. A deputy commissioner who is an IPS officer, in fact, told the channel's staff when they pleaded with him to intervene and stop the hooligans from attacking the office and from breaking the cameras. He actually spoke in the language of Hindu fringe groups and said that you should be rather careful about choosing the topics. See, the ruling party, the AIDMK, has not at all condemned this incident. Other political parties like left parties, the DMK, PMK, DMDK and even Vaiko's MDMK have condemned it. Neither the state government has condemned this incident. So by behaving like this and by adopting stoic silence type of attitude, the state is actually encouraging this sort of hooliganism.
Right, Mr. Mani, Mr. H. Raja, Shisha Reddy and Aparna, thanks a lot for joining us on this very important story coming from Tamil Nadu. Now, last week we brought you the story of the government maternity hospital at Koti in Hyderabad, which actually went without power for more than 5 hours. And we showed you the shots of the newborns and pregnant women and new mothers actually struggling within that maternity ward with torches and candles. Today we bring you the story from Osmania Hospital, which is Hyderabad's largest and oldest hospital. In fact, in this hospital you see there are dogs all over the place. In fact, dogs and patients are virtually competing for space inside Osmania Hospital of Hyderabad. Those are the shots that you are seeing on your screen, and these are shots and photographs which are actually been sent by viewers of Headlines Today to the channel. And on Up South, we would like to ask the government of Telangana, is this the kind of medical facilities that should be provided to the poor and the needy in Hyderabad? Oh, in fact, our phone lines are now open and you can call in to let us know what you think of these shots of Osmania Hospital in Hyderabad that we are showing. Our first caller is Vinay Verma, who is calling in from Hyderabad. Vinay, what do you have to say?
जी सर, मुझे लगता है कि ये जो दवाखाना है हमारा उस्मानिया का, इतना बड़ा कदीम, शायद पहला हैदराबाद का दवाखाना जो जनता की सेवा के लिए बनाया गया था, वो अब मुझे लगता है कि वो कुत्तों का दवाखाना बन गया है। क्योंकि जहां आप देखें इंसान और कुत्ते पड़े हुए हैं एक दूसरे के आसपास, और लगता है कि इंसान को आजकल कुत्ते की मौत भी नसीब नहीं हो रही है, बल्कि कुत्ता इतना खुश नसीब है कि उसको वहाँ की मॉर्चरी में मरने का मौका मिल रहा है और लगता है कि हर
Right.
शख्स वहाँ लावारिस है और बड़े अफसोस की बात है कि
Right.
ये भाव हमारी गवर्नमेंट हमको दिखाई और ये नजारा हमारे
Right.
हेल्थ केयर का माशाल्लाह हेल्थ केयर फॉर ऑल 2000
Right.
जिंदाबाद.
Right. Vinay Verma, thanks a lot for joining us with your views. In fact, the next caller is Mahesh, who is calling in from Coimbatore. Mahesh, you have been seeing those shots on your screen on headlines today. What do you have to say?
Yeah, good evening. I think, I was really, wondering what is the name, the meaning for the word multi-speciality hospital. After seeing this clipping, now I have understood. That is animals and people treated in the same hospital. I think that is what we call a super speciality. Actually, after
Okay.
people, how can you allow this? A dog is sitting in a bed where the patient is lying down. So I think henceforth, multi-speciality hospital means treatment will be done both for animals and for the human being, and God save this country.
Right. Mr. Mahesh, thanks a lot for joining us with your views from Coimbatore. The next caller is Sandeep, who is calling in from Mysore. Mr. Sandeep, you are seeing those shots of the dogs inside Osmania Hospital, actually in the wards where patients are lying. Osmania Hospital, in fact, is more than 100 years old. It was established by the last Nizam of Hyderabad. Mr. Sandeep, please go ahead.
Yeah, Sudhir, I'm just watching the clips and it's actually appalling, I remember Osmania very prominently with the Telangana movement. I wonder where all those protesters have gone now, and if they could just do something for this. And more importantly, the leaders in Hyderabad who, the MIM, the OAC brothers, they should take up this cause. They're always there in the wrong place at the right time. And if they could take up causes such as these, it would really be great. And I would really want Menaka Gandhi to intervene here also.
Right, Sandeep, those are important views, and of course, we would want the Telangana government to intervene in this and ensure that some kind of needy help is provided to the needy there at Osmania Hospital. Thanks a lot for joining us.